Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to today's tutorial. If you have been working with Power Apps and Power Automate, you might have seen this prompt. And this prompt is a huge problem. In this tutorial, we are going to go ahead and find ways how we can avoid authentication prompts when deploying Power Apps using child flow. My name is Clavin and I work as a technical consultant. You can find my blog at clavinfernandes.wordpress.com and my Twitter handle is @ClavinFernandes. So before we go ahead and find a solution, I would like to reproduce the problem in front of you. To reproduce the problem, I have the Power Apps out here. The Power App is very simple. It has got three controls. One is the text, second is the camera, and the third is the button. The button control has got a formula. I'll go ahead and quickly copy the formula onto my notepad. The formula is very simple. It goes ahead and creates a collection, and in the collection there are two columns which hold the value for the camera and the text input. Secondly, I go ahead and use JSON function and convert the collection, the name of the collection is control collection, to binary and set it to a JSON var array. Then I go ahead and clear the collection and invoke a Power Automate. So this is what our Power App does. See it in action. So I'll click on the play button. I'll type in my name. I'll click a photograph and I'll click on the button. So if you see, the ants are marching, so it should trigger a flow. So this is our flow, and let me go ahead and see if our flow has completed. And if you see, our flow is running. And it completed successfully as well. So in the flow, we go ahead and create a PDF in a SharePoint library. We'll not get into the flow as of now, but the main thing to understand out here is that we have two parts. One is the Power App and second is the flow. Now this is all working perfect. However, now it's time for production. Share the app and my friend Alex is going to test it for me. So app demo 1, he launches the app and he is going to test it, and oh my god, he has a prompt. The prompt is asking him for a sign-in and is asking him to view permissions. Now he is not a technical user. He does not want to go through this hassle, and this is a problem for me, right? I know that I can go ahead and create multiple users and give them individual licenses, but that is going to be cumbersome. Similarly, I need to head and educate the users why is the SharePoint connector being used, and try to find a solution and help us simplify the deployment process. In short, avoid authentication prompts. So I'll go back to the user out here. This is my Power App, but we are interested in Power Automate. In Power Automate, I see two prompts, right? One is for the convert Muhimbi action, I guess, because that's the only action out here, and second is for the create file action. So what if we go ahead and break the flows into two parts and divide the flow in such a way, when we click the button, the first flow should only go ahead and collect the HTML. If you see out here, this is the action which collects the HTML. This is the HTML and the base 64-bit string. What if it collects the HTML and the second flow goes ahead and creates the document? Am I confusing you? Don't worry, I have a slide out here. So in this slide, we are going to go ahead and break the flow, as I told you, the parent flow, and have child flow out here, which will do all the heavy liftings, which will have all the actions. But the parent flow will be connected to the Power App. One thing to remember, the parent-child flow only works when it comes to a solution. So you need to go ahead and create your Power Apps, Power Automate in a solution. So I'll go to the solutions folder and I'll click on new and I'll create a new solution. So I'll click on new and I'll create a new solution. So I have given my solution a name. I have selected a publisher. The publisher does not matter in our case. The publisher is usually set to be are used to add a prefix, right, for your CDS, but in this case, or for your apps or for your Power Automates. And if I create a new app, let's create a Canvas app, and I'll keep it simple. We'll create exactly the same app. So one text input, one camera, and one button. That's pretty much it. So now go ahead and associate a formula, right? I want to trigger a flow. Add a parent flow out here. Okay, so you can add it from here, and I prefer to add a flow directly in the solution. So if I go to the solutions, this is our solution, and if I click, and it should go ahead and add a cloud flow. So the cloud flow will be triggered from Power Apps. So the trigger would be Power Apps itself. So I've selected the Power Apps trigger, and this trigger will have only one action, right? We are just going ahead and capturing the data in this flow. Compose, and I'll say ask in Power App. I'll give this flow a name, avoid prompt parent, and I'll save the flow. I'll go back here, I'll refresh the screen. I should have a Power Automate flow out here in the solutions. Yes, I have it here. Next, I'll go to my Power App and select the flow that I just created. So avoid prompt parent is the name of my flow, and to this particular flow I'll go ahead and add the formula. The formula will be the same, and pass the variable to this particular action. To this particular flow, that is avoid prompt parent. So the variable would be the same again. It's going to be the JSON var variable, and click on File, App, No Prompt, and I'll save my flow. I'll go back to my solution. I'll click on Refresh to check if the app made it inside the solution. Remember, everything should be within the solution. So now we have an app and we have a parent flow. So let's go ahead and trigger it. Let's type in something. I'll just click on the button and it should trigger this particular flow, right? It succeeded. So now I'll click on edit again. Now I want to go ahead and invoke a child flow. Search for child or run a child flow. But do we have a child flow right now? No, right? We need to go ahead and create it. So let's get back to our solution. Let's click on the plus icon and let's click on cloud flow again. Now this is where we are going to and create a child flow. So child flow should be a manual flow. We should have a manual trigger. Now what do we need to pass from the parent to the child flow? We need to pass in that HTML or that particular JSON that I showed you, key value pair, which includes the image and the text input value. So I'll just put it XHTML out here. I'll go ahead and add a compose action and I'll pass in XHTML. Now I have a child flow as well. I'll give it a name, avoid prompt dash child. So now we have two flows. Now first flow is the one which is going ahead and collecting the values from Power Automate but does not have any actions which will cause a prompt. The second flow is going to do the heavy lifting. So first let me add the run child flow, and in the drop down I should have avoid prompt child. So I'll select that. So avoid prompt child, it's been selected, and you see XHTML, and if I expand this XHTML, so this will help me pass the value from my parent flow into my child flow. I'll click on save as of now. But if you see, it's going ahead and giving me some errors. It's telling me to go ahead and end the flow with a response action. So back to my child flow again. So I'll add respond to Power App or flow, and this is where I just need to go ahead and add some text to respond back to my Power App. So I'll just say response, and I'll say this is a response. Now if I go back to my parent flow, and this time if I try to save it, you see the error is gone. It's just a warning that remains. Okay, so we can neglect the warning and we can save the flow. And let's go ahead and see our Power App in action. So this is our Power App. Just put in something like Clavin 2. I'll click a photo. I'll click on the button. So now it should go ahead and trigger my parent flow, and this is my parent flow. You see it succeeded 5 seconds ago, and it should pass the value to my child flow, and you see it went ahead and succeeded. If I go ahead and click on this, I should have a JSON, right? This is what I need. And if I scroll straight down and see that you have Clavin 2, so this is what I need. Right now if I go back to my slide, you see that I have created the compose action. Now I have to go ahead and create the rest of the flow, including the creation of file and convert action. I'll go ahead and edit my flow. I will add the first action would be parse the JSON. So parse JSON. I will pass the output, and let me get the JSON schema. So the JSON schema, for the JSON schema, just closed it, so I need to open the previous flow run again because I want the JSON schema. So this is what I'm going to click, and I'm going to edit parse JSON action, pass it the output, copy this, go back to generate from sample. It gives you an error, no problem. Let me go ahead and copy it on a notepad. It seems to be very long, so let me get rid of the base 64 string till here. This looks good. Let me do a Control H and replace the / with empty string. And now if I paste the payload, this looks good. Now we have the parse JSON action. Now what I need to do, I need to add another action which will go ahead and create my HTML. So I will add an initialize variable action. I'll give this variable a name, raw HTML, or just HTML in this case, and I'll make it as a type of string. I'll add another action. It will be set action, so set variable, this HTML out here. The HTML is pretty simple. It has a header, so in the header I'll pass it the name. The apply to each loop automatically gets added because the output of the parse JSON is usually set to be an array. I'll add a Mohembi action. In this action I'll just hardcode the name, so I'll just say clavin.html, but you can also create dynamic names. Okay, so that's what you can do, but this session is about getting around the prompts, right? And finally I will create the file back in SharePoint. So create file, Power Automate tutorial as the site address. I'll save this file in PDF Power Apps. I'll give this file a unique name. I will go ahead and say xyz.xyx.pdf, maybe that's pretty much unique, and I'll go ahead and pass it the file content, which is the output of the convert action. Very important. I'll save my flow. I'll go back to my main flow, that's the parent flow, and click on edit. I'll try to save my flow, and here you see that now it gives me error. It tells me that go ahead and update the child flow action run to use run only users. Now this is where the real magic happens. Okay, so this is the real magic. So I need to go back in my child flow. I'll just click on the back button, make sure that you have saved it, and here you see you have run only users. I can click on edit. Here you can say provided by the run only user or share your connection. I'll click on OK, and I'm going ahead and sharing my connections. I'll save it. So this is what is happening in the child flow, where I can set the run only users. I will go back to my main flow and click on save, and the error has gone. It's just a warning, so that's fine, I can avoid it. So time to test the app as the end user, but before I test the app I need to share the app with my friend Alex. So remember, you don't see any connectors out here, so main flow does not have any dependencies on SharePoint or Mohimbe. This is what we need, right? I'll just click on share. Now if I go back to Alex, and if I close this app, I should see a new app known as app no prompt, correct? Yeah, app no prompt is the name of my app. I'll click on the app, and bravo, you don't have a prompt for SharePoint, nor do you have a prompt for Mohimbe. Isn't that awesome? Now let and test it as an end user. So I have opened the folder out here. The name of the folder is Power Apps or Power Automate Apps. It's a tongue twister, but that's fine. And the file that should be created is XPDF. I have logged in as Alex. I will go ahead and create a picture, and I will go ahead and name it Clavin Fernandez as Alex. I'll click on an image, maybe a funny one, and click on the button. The ants are marching. Let's go back to our library. We can all see our flow, if it's going to work or no. If you see, our child flow is running, so the parent flow worked, no prompts, perfect, and our flow ran successfully, and you have it here, X, Y, X. My funny photo, Clavin Fernandez as Alex. Isn't this awesome? You have just gone ahead and resolved a problem which can be huge. I also want to get to your notice that there is an idea in the Power Apps portal or the Power Apps community, and there are upvotes. So go ahead and upvote, but in the meantime you have a workaround, and I hope this session was informative. And thank you for being with me, and happy power automating. Thank you, have a great day, and bye bye.